Hi guys, this is going to be a video on my tragus piercing. Your tragus is this part of your ear, it's a flappy bit in front of the ear. And this has a stud on it which has a ball on the end and it's bent. I can't see whether you can see the end ball, but there is my ear and my tragus piercing. Now, we initially went to one place to get our traguses pierced in our local area, me and my friend Rianne, I'll link her in the bottom bar, she does YouTube videos. We went into one of our local towns and we were going in there. It was the cheapest place locally that had a good reputation, and so we went in and we were like, hey, I want to get my tragus pierced, and Rianne was like, I want to get my tragus and my helix pierced. And the lady says, we haven't got any appointments for half an hour. And I was like, oh, should we come back then? And she was like, can I see your ID first? And I said, I don't. She said, blah, 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 blah. She said, do you have a passport? She said, I doubt you have a driving licence, because she said, you know, how old are you? And I showed her me and Rianne have a caravan in the same caravan site, our caravan ID, and they would not accept it. She said the pierce is very strict and they couldn't pierce my ears because unless I had parental consent or another form of identification, she was not allowed to pierce my ear. She wasn't going to be happy with piercing my ear, so me and Rianne were like, oh my god, what do we do? So we rang up another piercing studio in another local town. That's my phone, that's actually probably Rianne. And she said, and I spoke to someone and I said, what form of identification do we need? How much is it? Does that include jewellery? What's the top part of your ear called? That kind of thing. And we got there, but we had to go to Brighton first to get back to the town because they were on two different lines. So we had to go all the way to Brighton to get back to where we wanted to go. Then we had to walk about a mile to the piercing place because it's a bit far out. It's not in the main town, it's on like another little towny bit near an industrial estate. We got there, it's a really well known place, but we didn't decide to go there because it was the dearest of the two and it was £7 more to get it pierced there. But in a way, I'm really glad that I got it pierced where I got it pierced. I'm not going to say where I got it pierced because it's quite close to where I live and I don't want anyone to know where I live. But it's a well-known place in the area, and on their website it actually says that people come from all over the world to get their ears pierced and their bodies pierced there. So we knew we were in good hands. My friend had her anti-tragus pierced there, which is this bit here. Mine's weird, so I couldn't have mine pierced, or on this ear because it would catch with my two sets of earrings. They didn't even ask for our ID in there, but it just goes to show you it depends on who's piercing you. We wrote down our date of birth, so that was sufficient for them. They trusted us. I hate places who don't trust people because I'm 16. If anything, they would have said to Rianne that she didn't look 16 because she'd only just turned 16. I'd been 16 for over 6 months, so you know I was kind of a bit annoyed. I ended up getting it pierced on the 4th. No, I can't remember now. I'll have it somewhere. I think it was the 7th I got mine pierced. A week after my cousin's wedding. 7th of May, that is. I think I got it pierced. So it is 3 weeks on Saturday that I got my tragus pierced. The initial piercing itself, Rianne went first and she was like, oh, it only stinks a little bit, just like our cancer jabs. And I was like, okay, this isn't going to hurt, not going to be too bad. When I get nervous, I'm really obnoxiously loud and annoying. And I was just going to lay down, he did it and I was like, whoa, are you serious? One thing I just want to point out, they were really, really clean. The piercer used more than one pair of gloves. He used one for the cleaning, one for the actual piercing. Everything was really cleanly done. Everything was like sprayed, disinfectant everywhere, you know, it was all really clean and hygienic. The piercing actually hurt a little bit. It wasn't unbearable, and I do reckon that your tragus is one of the thickest bits in your cartilage in your ear. Um, it was bearable, you know. Pain's pain, it's hurt, but it wasn't too painful. It was just stung quite a bit. The initial piercing didn't hurt that much. It was just kind of stung. It was the pulling the hollow needle back through with the stud in that really hurt. Well, it didn't really hurt. It hurt a bit, but it wasn't unbearable. But it hurt more than the piercing itself, because you just made that hole and then you're dragging something through it, and it was like. Afterwards, mine was more painful than Rianne's. We went to McDonald's. I sat and had a Coke and a brownie, but I didn't eat the brownie because I was feeling a little bit. It was painful, and I could feel the pain. It wasn't like throbbing, but it was a little bit painful. And so I took like 2 ibuprofen or 2 paracetamol or something, and I drank a Coke. And I shouldn't have got I think I got a Diet Coke or a Coke Zero or something, and I shouldn't. I should just had normal Coke, because the sugar would have made me feel better. Kind of like a little bit like shock, you know, sugar's good for shock. They gave us Metamorphosis antibacterial cleansing lotion. I have a big bottle of aftercare lotion from Claire's left over, but I thought I'd purchase this. It was like £2.50 on top of the piercing, which is really good. And this is from a place who do body piercings. Claire's, they just really do lobes. They shouldn't really do cartilage with a gun. And so I was kind of like, I want to use a product that they swear by, that is, you know, recommended for not just earlobe piercings, but for other types of piercings as well. The first night I couldn't sleep on it, and I had a little bit patchy sleep, to be fair, because I just kind of half wake up, turn over, want to go back to sleep, and my ear would hurt, and I'd have to turn back over again. And I like to be able to move around freely in my sleep. 3 weeks on, I can sleep on it. It's a little bit tender. I had a bit of a trouble with the ball. I had an itchy ear, and I completely forgot that I had my tragus pierced. I pushed my big finger, like my pinky pointer, into my ear, and it quite hurt, I'm not gonna lie. And no more than the actual piercing, obviously. It quite hurt, and the ball came off, and then I got really paranoid, because it was like last thing at night. I was, getting ready for bed, and I thought, oh my god, what if the ball comes off again in the middle of the night? Have I done it tight enough? Is this how it's supposed to be? Oh, I was really paranoid that the ball was going to come off, but it's okay. It stayed on since. I haven't taken it off since. I really like the piercing on myself. My mum's not too keen. Every time I say something like, oh, that hurt, like, she'll go, serves you right, didn't want you to get done in the first place. She was really reluctant for me to get it done, but I'm glad I got it done. And for prom, I want to get a glittery stud with a flat back, because I can't wear headphones in this ear. One, I don't think it's hygienic enough at the moment with the new piercing. I don't think it's very hygienic. And 2, I can't physically, because of the bar through my ear. I don't know whether you can see the actual bar or not, but you can physically, like, I can't physically wear them. So you can get flat back studs, which are actually used for like labrae piercings and lip piercings. They're the same ones, but you can use them in your tragus as well. So I can't wait to change that, and I want to get either a red sparkly. I don't know whether the red sparkles will be too much, because I'm wearing a red dress, so whether to just go for a clear sparkly gem. But I'm going to go to the shop that I would have got my ear pierced, because they have really good jewellery in there. So if you want anything else on tragus piercings, if you have any other questions, if there's enough, I'll do another video on like frequently asked questions. Yeah, if you want to know update in like another three weeks, or like when I've changed it for the first time, then just let me know. Hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you all soon.